And so off the tip, it's Miami. So the Raptors starting 5. They've got Scotty Barnes. He's out there with Emmanuel Quickly. Jakob Poeltl out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Mobo in at the power forward position. Gets the 3 to fall.
Yeah, a versatile player. Hero is terrific at sensing when his guys are open.
Quickly outside. And he banks in the layup.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Here's where. Outside Jaquez. Pass to Hero. 6 on the shot clock. Good work there as it goes.
Yeah, busting his way inside. Hero making sure he kept moving toward the hoop.
Quickly passes to Ingram. Fires the 3. Sinks it from distance.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And so Hero will bring it up for Miami. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Miami. We got to talking about Brandon Ingram, and I asked how coach thought they might limit him tonight. Coach told me, well, there's nothing we can do about his size and his length, so we're hoping just to frustrate him and keep him off balance by getting up in his business and contesting shots. Hopefully that plan pans out for them. Guys?
Appreciate the report, Allie. And your first NBA coaching job was with the Miami Heat stand. That was as an assistant back in the 90s, just a few years ago.
Yeah, just a few, Brian. And the Heat have changed a lot. The game has changed a lot over those years. Look, back then, the Heat were probably the most physical team in the NBA, and it was just knockdown, drag-out fights all the time.
Toronto's gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Here's Barnes, and the Raptors getting another bucket right there.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
Here's Adebayo, and Adebayo slams it in.
What a confident dunk by Adebayo. He knows there's little the defense can do once he's elevated.
Kicks it out to Barnes from downtown. Quickly outside to the middle. Here's Ingram, and a slam dunk by Ingram.
Oh, the athleticism of Ingram. Exceptional at skying up for slams.
Hero, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Tries it from the top of the key, and the Raptors getting another bucket right there.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him to clean look for you.
Good.
Yeah, nice handoff by Hero. Moving it when the play doesn't get him a shot.
Barnes passes to Ingram.
From Tyler Hero.
And there's 1:45 left in the first quarter. Kicks it to Quickly. Ingram with a screen on Hero. Quickly with the ball. Now Wiggins defending. The shot by Ingram, no good. And so Hero will bring it up for the Heat. Trailing by 4. Pass to Ware. From the arc. Toronto grabs the miss. Here comes Toronto on the push. And the dunk by Poeltl.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Miami has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Here's Jaquez. Kicks it to Hero. Adebayo, a screen on Quickly. Here's Hero. Quickly with the rebound. Raptors lead by 6. Barnes passes to Poeltl. Adebayo grabs the board. Let's see if they want to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
Hey, looking at the clock, I'd say yes.
Here's where. Yes, and it's Adebayo picking up the assist.
For a center, Adebayo is an excellent passer. He's always so aware of his surroundings.
Barnes passes to Ingram. Back to Barnes. Inside, Hurdle. Oh, and there's the whistle on the... And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
People is under video review under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
It was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
First one falls for him. And so Pirtle nails both of them. Heat trail by 5. And it's Adebayo off the drive. That one falls. Adebayo's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Look at the big man move. I love seeing Adebayo attack the basket and be rewarded for it.
Ingram with a screen on Hero. Quickly passes to Pirtle. Takes the 3. And it's Quickly. That time on the assist by Pirtle. Quickly's got 8 points.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to...
If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Raptors?
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And following off of what you said, they've really done a good job distributing the ball, passing up good shots for great ones.
They've got Alec Burks, Mitchell out there with Duncan Robinson. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's Highsmith in at the 4 slot. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Pass to Barrett. Out left to the wing. Stolen by Burks. And he can't get that one. Oh, good D by Boucher. Here's the break. Here's Barrett. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
He's an opportunistic scorer in the open floor. Barrett makes sure to take advantage of these chances whenever he can.
Back to Mitchell. Boucher outside. Pass to Roden. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. On the wing, Grady Dick. Barrett against Mitchell. Barrett passes to Dick. Just 5 on the clock. Let's go with a 3. Knocks down the triple. Dick's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
I'll tell you, Grady Dick can shoot for days. I mean, his confidence from beyond the arc is really incredible.
Now here's Mitchell. The D's right on him. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Oh, my goodness!
What a dunk!
Big effort, big reward for Barrett. Just what a jam.
Outside Burks. Pass to Robinson. And a big finish finish by Robinson.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Outside Burks. Robinson on the wing. Back to Burks. Outside Robinson. Pass to Burks. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Here's the 3. Abaji can't hit.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Outside Burks. The 3 is up. Rebound Toronto.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line. With the defense trying to protect the interior, he pulls at the arc and drains it.
And it's Dick off the drive. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Nice idea by Grady Dick. I mean, he put the ball on the floor, and I think that'll open things up for him.
And that one's good. Mitchell.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Again, the Raptors good for 2 more.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Outside Robinson. Burks passes to Highsmith. Here's the teardrop, and it's good on the layup.
Such a graceful move, showing off the floater game.
Toronto leading by 7. Boucher passes to Abaji. Back to Boucher. Lets it go from deep. Rebound Miami. Love's got 4 rebounds in the game. Outside Robinson. Outside Burks. Behind the back and lays it in. Now just a 5-point Toronto lead.
Well, adding a little entertainment to that layup. Could you imagine if he missed it? Coach would have been all over it.
And Alec Burks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Here's Barrett. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Toronto out in front. They're up by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Emmanuel quickly with a strong contribution so far in this one.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Checking out the group for Darko Rajakovic to start the second half. We've got Jakob Poeltl. Barnes is out there with Emmanuel quickly. Then it's Brandon Ingram. And it's Mobo in at the 4 spot. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said, my game starts on the defensive end, guarding anybody and taking pride in it. That leads to great offense in transition and just leads me to stay on lockdown throughout the game. Brian?
And Allie, for all his offensive gifts, that focus on defense is what makes him special. Barnes passes to Ingram. 6 to shoot. 4-3. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
Had to rush it, but Ingram, calm and cool, delivers.
After a trade to New Orleans back in 2019, Brandon Ingram has become a primary scorer, Grant.
Yeah, he scored well over 20 points per game since leaving the Lakers. B.I. has the rare blend of length and shooting, and beyond scoring, Ingram's assist numbers are very impressive too.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Mobo can't hit. Heat trail by 11. Now out of bio.
Raptors foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Hero. And a nice finish on the layup.
You got to do more than that to stop Hero. He's superb at staying under control.
Barnes drives in. It's deflected. Fast break Miami. The three ball. And there's Hero on the assist by Wiggins. Hero's got 5 points now this quarter. And so quickly we'll bring it up for Toronto. They've led by as many as 11. Ingram deciding where to go with it. To the wing, right side. Just 4 to shoot. Bobo. Blocked! Hero against Quickly. Hero with the bucket. And now just a 4-point Toronto lead.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Here's the pick. The three from Quickly. Sinks it. What range from downtown. Quickly's got 11 points. Here's Hero. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
An old school finish there with the finger roll. You gotta be committed to a move like that, and he was.
Only one man back on D. Oh, got a piece of it. Stolen by Quickly. Here comes Toronto on the push. Barnes, no good.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Itaquez on the wing, covered by Ingram. Hero for 3. Hurdle grabs a miss. Raptors lead by 5. Outside Ingram. Pass to Mobo. Wiggins against Ingram. Outside Barnes. Fires from deep. He can't hit that time. The Heat have gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. Stolen by Quickly. Ingram on the wing. Hurdle with a screen on Adebayo. And here's Ingram outside.
What a menacing swat by Bam. Letting them know there are no easy shots when he's around.
And that's an intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
A line change here for Miami. Knocked away. Here comes Toronto on the push.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set. Well, we know what kind of scorer he is, but he could use a little help.
Abaji, the pass to Barrett. 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Roden. And such a nice move to make that bucket possible. And the Raptors lead by 7. And he drives in. Right side, Robinson. There's a screen. Off the mark there with a 3. Toronto's gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Pass to Abaji. Here's Barrett. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
Second team foul.
Highsmith passes to Robinson. Up in time. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Toronto Raptors. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Davion Mitchell is out there with Duncan Robinson. Then there's Alec Burks. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Highsmith in at the 4-man spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. This one for 3. And it's Love missing.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Roden. They get it again. To the right side. Here's Abaji. Nails it from beyond the arc.
The defense was just nowhere to be found, and because of that, he adds to their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Here's Burks. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Mitchell's got 3 assists in the game. And Stan, they always say, for a player, confidence is such a big part of it. How can a coach instill that in a player?
Well, as your coach, I think your job is to create a system that the players believe in and they believe they can have success in. The rest of it has to come from inside of the players. They have to believe in themselves.
The 3, Barrett. And again, Toronto with a triple.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Mitchell. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Dick with it. Pass to Abaji. Back to Dick. The double clutch. It's hauled in by Robinson.
Uh-oh. Did he change his mind on the way up? I think he did.
Here's Highsmith. And the layup is good off the glass.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Raptors lead by 12. Now Grady Dick. Oh!
Wow!
And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Certainly he has the ability to take over games. Dick's doing it early in his career.
Here's Mitchell. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
Here's Abaji. Boom! He jams it straight down.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. Robinson passes to Mitchell. And so they choose to intentionally foul. A line change here for Toronto.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Barnes. And again, Toronto, no good.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Hero, the pass to Adebayo. And again, it's Miami converting.
Just another thing that Bam brings to your team. The ability to knock down jumpers.
Grant, wouldn't be a bad idea here to slow it down.
Yeah, the coach is definitely looking for patience and execution.
Kicks it to Quickly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Mobo. Back to Quickly. Puts up a 3. And again, Toronto, no good. Heat trail by 12.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Raptors.
It's impressive how the reserve players stepped up and delivered in this one.
They didn't just help out. They made a big impact and really secured the win for their team.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Grady Dick.
And what stood out to me was his effort level defensively. Very active and aggressive, piling up the steals in addition to his overall floor game.
Adebayo, that's good. 32 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. And Pirtle, here we go. Oh, a special move before that shot. And the Raptors lead by 11.
Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Hero finds Wiggins. Baseline J. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. So it's the Raptors winning this one easily. They have to feel good about this performance.
Two teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Down in the block, it's Okongwu and Capella. Daniels out there with Rizashe. And it's Johnson in at the 3. Hero on the wing. He's covered by Daniels. Hero kicks to Adebayo. Back to Hero. Pass to Adebayo. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wiggins, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Wiggins at his size has the ability to post like that and take it to the rack.
Johnson against Wiggins. Johnson inside. Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
Well, right now, helping the offense out by creating space. Andrew Wiggins deadly enough from that spot.
And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Stolen by Hero. And here's the fast break. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Johnson, the pass to Daniels. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Ware. Oh! Yeah. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Here's Burks. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Back to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Daniels with it. Now defended by Wiggins. From deep, Johnson now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. So it's Atlanta now, following the miss by Bam Adebayo. In transition, here comes Miami. Ware, no good. And it's the Hawks ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Well, Branson's entering the NBA. Tyler Hero has been a constant scoring threat.
Yeah, Kevin, the scoring for Tyler Hero is always going to be there. He is a bucket, but the defensive improvement and really just the physicality that he needs to play with. Those are areas that Tyler could shore up a little bit to make sure he's on the floor for some of the biggest moments of a season.
Here's Wiggins following the basket by Bam Adebayo. It's good. Wiggins has got 7 points.
Size from Wiggins just pushing his way in.
The Hawks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Here's Rizashe. Pass to Daniels. Here's Rizashe. Burks covering. Burks with the steal. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And here's Adebayo. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Hawks. Here's Okongwu. And Adebayo sends it back. They retain possession. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Hawks on top. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Hands out there with Terrence Mann. Then there's Karis LeVert, and it's Krejci in a point. And here's LeVert, following the three-pointer by Kevin Love. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
Here's Highsmith. Pass to Love. Fires. High post. Mans with the rebound.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in. What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Highsmith's shot is off. The Hawks leading by 4, and they're pushing it up. Here's Krejci. A three-pointer is right on target. Krejci's got himself on the board with 3 there.
He's very smart about spotting up in transition, and no one rotated over to contest that one.
To halt the run, and it's Robinson with the bucket inside.
The hustle from Duncan there, outworking the defense, and he found his shot.
And so LeVert will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Out to Nance. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Here's the screen. And it's LeVert missing.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
And here's Love for 3. Krejci with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often. Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And it's Mitchell missing.
He'd love to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
And he makes that one. Mann's got the lead up to 9 now for Atlanta.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Outside for Robinson. Pass to Highsmith. It's stolen by Nance. Here we go, one-on-one.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
The drive by Mitchell. Outside for Robinson. And Love has it in the corner over Nance. Miami no good on that time either.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Here's Krejci, covered by Mitchell. Clock at 6. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
A huge part of their offense, pushing the ball, looking for fast break opportunities, always a good idea.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
Now, here's Mitchell. Still scoreless. Robinson passes to Highsmith. Robinson with it. He's picked up by Nance. Outside for Robinson. Mitchell outside. The Heat need to get a shot off. Again, the miss by the Heat. The Hawks leading by 13. Pass to Gay.
Miami foul.
For Atlanta, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. First one falls for him.
At the line for the Hawks, Gee.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Heat have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Yes, 3 of 9. Robinson for 3. That falls. Great assist by Love. Robinson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Love the timing as Robinson comes off footwork there to get the catch and get the shot up.
And the Hawks have been part of the play-in tournament 3 consecutive seasons.
Yeah, since that run, Kevin, in the 2021 conference finals, it has been tough sledding for Atlanta. They've really been stuck and middling in that 7 to 10 range, which is forcing you to play some tough opponents in those early rounds. They have not overcome that. Duncan Robinson, he will do that.
Pass to Krejci. Nance outside. Here's Krejci. Oh, Nance in position. Jaquez with the steal. And it's the Heat on the break. Robinson for 3. No good on the shot. Levert from outside. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. That'll do it for the first half. Hawks lead by 9. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Atlanta leading by 9. They've got Andrew Wiggins. Alec Burks is out there with Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. And here are the Heat. Hero attacking. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
In the flash, Tyler Hero makes his way to the inside. Nice use of his athleticism.
Wiggins outside. Hands it from downtown. Wiggins has got 10 points.
Now, I tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
Here is Daniels. Down low. Capella got a hand on it. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's the aggressive part of Andrew Wiggins coming out of him, forcing the defender that time to get his hand in there.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Hawks leading. Daniels dishes to Okongwu. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard, and now, arguably, a top 25 player.
Here is Daniels, following the basket by Bam Adebayo. Johnson down low. He's against Wiggins. Here is Daniels. He's covered by Hero. Clock is at 3. And that one's good. Daniels. He has 5.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
And it's sent back by Okongwu. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Okongwu. Here's Adebayo. Okongwu grabs the board. Hawks have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. They get it again. Second shot opportunity. Rizachet. It counts. And the foul. It's going to go on App. And here we go with the coach's challenge.
First personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Looking back to last season, he was at about 73%.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Miami shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And the first one drops. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. The Hawks leading by 3. Takes the 3. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 3 assists now in this one.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Now here's Burks. For 3. Traps in the tray. Ware's got 4 points this quarter.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Burks in the corner. It's stolen. Here's Rizachet. Burks covering. The Heat trail by 5. Hero kicks to Adebayo. A 3-pointer off the mark. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Johnson with it. Now defended by Wiggins. And he gets it back. Pass to Okongwu. Here's Rizachet. He's covered by Hero. 5 on the clock. Here's Okongwu. Tries yet again. Capella, the pass to Okongwu. Here's Rizachet. And at last, they get 1 to fall.
Possessing good size and impressive versatility, the rookie Rizachet looking comfortable operating inside.
Johnson for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. And now it's a 10-point Atlanta lead.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, I settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
And so it's Atlanta in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter.
Here we go.
The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. We've got LeVert. Terrence Mann is out there with Nance. And it's Krejci in at the 1. Here's Christopher. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Highsmith. Off target from 3-point range. Here's Mann. Hawkes defending. And Nance out atop the key. Pass to LeVert. 4 on the shot clock. Over Robinson. And it's LeVert missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
It's Jaquez with the drive. 2 points. That one goes.
Well, creating easy baskets for his teammates, just one of Kevin Love's strengths.
There's the killer two-handed slam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace, that's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Robinson for three. Nailed from three-point land.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Puts the move on. Jaquez with the rebound. The Heat trail by 3. Pass to Robinson. Going inside. A slam dunk by Robinson.
And Robinson showing his ability to go vertical.
Here's Gay. Offensive rebound. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. And has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. And out of bounds. As the Heat gain possession. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. For Miami, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. And that one's good. Wiggins.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Where Jaquez outside. To the paint, here's Ware, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Miami.
Their accuracy in this one has just been on another level. I mean, the 3-ball keeps falling, and the defense just hasn't been able to run them off the line.
You want to talk about ball distribution. They've been dominating that aspect of the game. I think there's a bunch of bankers out there. They're dropping dime after dime.
And so it's Capella with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Here's Rizachet. Burks covering. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Miami's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Jaquez outside. Wiggins outside. Back to Jaquez, and taken away by Johnson. And it's Johnson with the jam.
In a game this close, this late, that kind of D is clutch.
It is. And then, Greg, to go in for the flush. That could be a backbreaker.
Well, we'll see how the other side responds here. They have to come up big.
Here's Adebayo. Jalen Johnson picking up that last basket. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Capella. Oh, and the jam by Capella.
Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Now, here's Adebayo. Here's Ware. Adebayo. Higgins outside. Good. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And Wiggins committed to help the team out offensively. Big shot.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control. That's how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Here's Ricochet. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Oh, wow, unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Guys, what are their best options now?
And they've got enough time left to get a good look. It's got to be quick, but it doesn't have to be a heave. You can still catch, turn, and shoot. They've got one shot at it here, obviously. It's a make-or-break situation.
What a shot! Amazing! All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Now, Doris, you were a gifted passer, a conference assist leader. What makes a great playmaker?
Well, look at Brian Anderson doing his homework on his partner here. I think, obviously, you have to have some vision. You've got to have a handle to be able to get to the spots you want to on the floor, to deliver the pass at the appropriate angle. But maybe most importantly, you have to have a desire to make your teammates better.
Now, the opening lineup for Atlanta. Dyson Daniels out there with Risachet. Then there's Johnson. Then there's Okongwu. And it's Gay in at the 4 spot. And Barnes has got the ball here for Toronto. Pass to Pirtle. Kicks it out to Barnes. Picked by Pirtle. Barnes with it. Now Okongwu defending. And the dunk by Pirtle.
I think his frame makes him very difficult to deal with as a roll man. Pirtle can set a mean screen.
Here's Daniels. Now here's Johnson. And we're about a minute into the first. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Oh, the athleticism of Ingram. Exceptional at skying up for slams.
Here's Daniels. Nails it from 3.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Barnes feeling it out a bit. All sorts of time. Kept alive. Pirtle. Pass to Mobo. Barnes with it. Shot clock at 6. Outside for Ingram. Jacks up a 3. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist. Ingram's got 5 points.
Look at how smooth Ingram's shot is. Hard off the pass, he puts up a silky jumper.
Here's Daniels. Pass to Risachet. Johnson on the wing. Here's Daniels. There's a screen by Johnson. Daniels misses. You know, Grant, an underrated area of improvement for Scotty Barnes has been his defense.
You're spot on, B.A. I mean, we've seen an elevated intensity from him on that end. Finding more denials, attacking the ball, really proving himself as an effective stopper.
You get the sense Scotty Barnes is very comfortable in the painted area. That's easy work.
Here's Risachet. Oh, rejected by Pirtle. To the paint. Here's Mobo. Oh, get you some!
Show us some power. Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, B.A.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. The shot by Ingram, no good. Hawks trail by 6. Pass to Gay. Tipped away. Outside Johnson. There's a minute 47 left to play in the first. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And out on the wing, Zach Risachet has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite. Risachet does things with the ball in his hands that not many of these rookies can do.
Outside Dick launches it. The rebound by Atlanta. And now the Hawks on the break. Here's Daniels. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Here's Barnes. And he drains the quick shot.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Here's Risachet. Pirtle grabs a miss. Outside Ingram. From deep. Sinks it from distance. Ingram's got 8.
Yeah, the fluid shooting motion of Ingram makes him a real threat to knock down these corner triples.
Risachet, no good. Raptors lead by 7. Right side Barnes. Barnes with a screen on Johnson. Ingram against Johnson. Now here's Ingram. He's closely guarded. They get the rebound. Pass to Dick. Oh, it's stolen. And a fast break now for the Hawks. Okongwu has the open look. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in.
Yeah, when you make your mid-range shots, you force your opponents to adjust.
Well, truth is, though, he's tall enough to get that off against anyone.
A big-time effort for Brandon Ingram, providing a lot of energy. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Toronto.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Quickly and Barrett, they're the backcourt duo. Then it's Chris Boucher, and it's Robinson in at the center position. That's the group for Toronto to kick off the second quarter. There's a screen. Nance, the pass to Mann. Shakes him. And it's good on the lay-in. Mann's got his first basket.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Pass to Robinson. It's Barrett on the wing. Boucher a screen on Levert. Outside for Boucher. Shot clock at 5. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Can't connect from short range. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
The Raptors are still developing. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, we're focusing on offensive execution and player development. It's about what we need to do night in and night out, regardless of the opponent. As we grow, we'll teach more schemes for opponent preparation. BA step by step.
Yeah, it's a process, Allie. Thank you. Pass to Nance. Back to Mann. Baseline try. Nice move. Nance can't get it to go. The Raptors with a lead. Right side, Robinson. Kicks it out to Barrett. There's the 3. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Well, you have to understand, spacing is provided when you can make threes. R.J. Barrett delivers.
And he was fouled, and in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants him to take another look at the monitor.
Shooting for Atlanta, Terrence Mann. Taking 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
The first one falls. Both good from the line that time. And here's Quickly. With the drive. Boucher outside. 3-pointer. And it's Quickly with a miss.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And the pass to Levert. And the foul called on Emmanuel Quickly. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Screen by Capella. Mann. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
A nice shot by Krejci.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Here's Barrett. Nice D from Nance.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Driving inside. Albaji with a rebound.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
Barrett passes to Boucher. Here's Albaji. There's the triple. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Mann. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Pass to Barrett. Three-pointer. And the basket by Albaji. Agbaji's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Boy, Barrett is a natural-born playmaker, understands when to be aggressive and make the right play.
And Atlanta misses again. Toronto leading by 4. 55 seconds left to play in the second quarter. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Wow, the hammer by R.J. Barrett. How about that athleticism?
And here's LeVert for 3. Pure from three-point range.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
And it's Barrett off the drive. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Karis LeVert. Toronto shooting their first foul shot of the game.
I think one of the things I most admire about R.J. Barrett's game, he can do a little bit of everything. He can score it, board it, pass it at a high level. This young man can play the game.
Here's Krejci, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Krejci's got 5 now.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Now here's Barrett. Defense right on him. Robinson passes to Albaji. Drives to the hoop, and he bangs it home with one hand.
You know, that's using speed and quickness to combat size. By the time the defense reacts, it's far too late.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. Back to the game after this break.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot from line. They're thinking about the shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Terrence Mann really making a difference here.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And Atlanta looking at who they've got. Rizeshe out there with Dyson Daniels. Then there's Okongwu. Then there's Johnson. And it's Gay in at the 4-man spot. And he makes all 3.
He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Daniels passes to Okongwu. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That's on Jakob Poeltl. These are his first free throws of the game.
At the line for the Hawks.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Toronto leading by 7.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
Over to the wing. It gets the bucket.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Pass to Gay. Here he goes. Another shot. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Gay's got his first points in this one.
You're fighting to keep the possession alive, something this guy does so well.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. Back to Dick. That's tipped. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Daniels, that one's true.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Yep, that one's good. And the Raptors lead by 6.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Jalen Johnson is developing the complete game. He said, I watch the guys who do everything. That's my mindset. I want to be at least solid in every department and then keep building on that, adding bits and pieces here and there. Brian, his versatility is already drawing attention league-wide.
Yeah, there's no question about that, Allie. Thank you. Back to Ingram for 3. That's it. Coming off an assist from Barnes. Barnes has got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, Ingram is having a great night so far, playing passionate offense and finding lots of quality looks.
Inside is Mobo. And so he draws the foul. And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
And even
This play is under review in the NBA rules.
personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Here's Rizashe. Rebound, Toronto. Here's Mobo. Pass to Ingram. Blocked! And that'll be Toronto's ball as it goes out of bounds. Raptors able to keep possession. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Fires the 3. They get it back. Six on the shot clock. Fires for 3. Dick with a miss. Hawks trail by 8. Here's Daniels. Atlanta again missing. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Raptors. Shoots. Cans it from the wing. Barnes has got 6.
You've got to keep an eye on Scotty Barnes. I don't care where he is on the floor. This guy an opportunistic scorer.
To the inside. Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
He may give up a little size, but has the bounce to hold his own.
Ingram with a screen on Johnson. Outside Ingram. Outside Dick. Pass to Pirtle. Lets the 3 fly. He drops it from range. Dick's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And I love Dick's aggressive mindset. I mean, this is how lethal he can be catching and firing.
And here's Okongwu. There's 39 seconds left in the third. And Rizashe gets it to go.
I love how competitive this kid Rizashe is, coming right back with his own triple.
Here's Ingram. Kicks it out to Barnes. The 3 is up. Okongwu with the rebound. Hawks trail by 8. Johnson inside. Covered by Pirtle.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
And here's Ingram outside. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist. Ingram's got 12 points here in the second half. Here's Daniels. And here's Okongwu for three. A big-time effort for Brandon Ingram, providing a lot of energy for Toronto, doing some. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Quickly and Barrett, they're the backcourt duo. Then it's Chris Boucher, and it's Abaji in at the small forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Here's Mann. And it's Boucher with the rebound. Boucher's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's the floater. Kicks it out to Barrett. From behind the arc. And the Raptors, another 3.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And finished off by Boucher.
Well, critical in the pick and roll that you be able to deliver the ball in a timely spot and in the right position. And R.J. Barrett does just that.
Looking to end the run. Pass to Krejci. Tries again. Rebound Toronto. Quickly outside. Robinson, a screen on the vert. Quickly passes to Abaji. Stripped away. He's got a clear path. Here's Krejci. Oh, hammers it home. Taking it the length of the court.
Smart. Get out in front. Finish the break with authority.
I don't think anyone was catching him on that play. That is unbelievable.
Quickly drives in. Right side Robinson. Pass to Abaji. Back to Quickly. Clock at 6. Misses the 3.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
And that one's good, man.
Not everyone has the green light to take that 3 in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint. Boy, you love that he wants to finish with authority, sending a message to the defense. R.J. Barrett.
Pass to Nance. It's LeVert on the wing. And the Hawks with another 3.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Quickly outside. Quickly with a screen on LeVert. Shot is good by Barrett. Barrett's got 7 now in this quarter.
Oh, that's some big-time grit by R.J. Barrett. You want some contact on me, I can finish anyway. Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
No need to rush here. Take your time.
Take your time. This is where you can reset and try to get a good shot.
Boucher outside. Outside Robinson. Screen by Robinson. Quickly finds Robinson. Lets it fly. To the wing on the left. Abaji drains the triple.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
Boucher with it, and it's Mann picking him up. Boucher passes to Quickly. Nance pulls down the board. Hawks trail by 12.
Barring a miracle comeback, this one is wrapped up. They were able to control the tempo and flow of the game, and it will end in a victory for the Raptors.
Seemed like the sheer volume of three-pointers today was the deciding factor.
And they'd hit one and then just dial it up again, and it worked.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Brandon Ingram.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense.
Knocked loose. Stolen by Quickly. Pass to Abaji. Back to Quickly. Launches a three. Hits the trifecta. And the Raptors lead by 15.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, BA. They deserve the win.
Now here's Quickly. Shot on the wing. No good. So no problem for Toronto as they get the win. A clean win and one.
Look to move the ball around, stand to create more offense.
Well, that's usually the best way to attack, especially against good defenses. Ball movement moves the defense, and when you've got the defense on the move, that's when you can break them down and get high percentage shots. It takes patience. It takes unselfishness.
It seems to be the most efficient way, doesn't it?
It does, especially against really good defenses.
So here's Miami's starting group. The guard pair will be Hero and Hakeem. Adebayo is out there with Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Silky three-point shot by Ingram. Just goes to the arc and knocks it down.
Here's Adebayo. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Back to Adebayo. 5 to shoot. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
I like watching Adebayo operate inside. He is so efficient down low.
Well, we're used to the stretch big men these days, Stan. That's not Bam Adebayo's game, though. How is he still effective?
Well, Kevin, Bam is a highly skilled big in his own right. He just doesn't have the three-point shot, but he's got the ball handling, he's got the passing, and he's got the mid-range jumper, and he puts those things together into a very effective package.
Yeah, he has a good handle, doesn't he?
He's got a great handle.
Hero passes to Hakeem. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Raptors. Hakeem against Ingram. Pass to quickly. Barnes outside. Shot clock at 5. Ingram passes to Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Kept alive. Here's Ware. Adebayo with the ball. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Here's Ware. Again, the miss by the Heat. And now, in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. For the three. And Ware pulls it down. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
And really gifted in terms of the physical attributes. And we really see that when Wiggins is out on the break.
And Tyler Hero gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Ingram kicks to quickly. Back to Ingram. Shoots over Hero. Here's Mobo. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
The second chance points are all about a lack of effort defensively. Those buckets would drive me nuts.
Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
No hesitation from Adebayo there. Had to love seeing him taking this shot with confidence.
Pass to quickly. 1:43 left to play in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Bertle, the pass to Ingram. And he's good on the 3-ball. Ingram's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Raptors.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Oh, great job moving the rock by Hero. Not a ball stopper. Tyler is a team player.
Bertle dishes to Barnes. On the wing. Rebound by the Heat.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
And it's Barnes with the ball for the Raptors. It's a 5-point game. And there's a whistle that goes on Scotty Barnes. That is his first foul of the game. 52 seconds left in the first. Here's Hero. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
Quickly kicks to Ingram. Ingram setting a pick for Quickly. Sinks the triple.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The Heat leading by 4. Pass to Adebayo. Here's Ware. And Pearl sends it back. They recover it. Hero passes to Ware. 5 on the clock. Another shot. And Pirtle pulls it down. The drive by Barnes. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Heat lead by 2. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
And one other thing they've done well today, guys, share the ball. I mean, set up teammates and just playing unselfishly.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Kyle Anderson is out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Duncan Robinson. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Highsmith in at the small forward.
An effective mid-range scorer. Barrett excels at finding openings in the defense and capitalizing. We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Fast break, here they come. Here's Highsmith, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And the Raptors making a change here. Abaji's checked in. Outside, Barrett. Pass to Abaji. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Abaji's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Raptors are rebuilding with purpose. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, "We're doing a good job at the start of this process, selecting the right people that care and are very committed to each other. That's a good baseline to build on." Kevin, slowly, the pieces are falling into place.
David, you're so right. He is great at developing those young players. Boucher with the ball. Guarded now by Kevin Love. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Pass to Highsmith. Takes a 3. Boucher with the rebound. Toronto's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. And the 3 ball is good. Abaji's got the lead up to 2 now for the Raptors. Hey, Stan, we've heard talk about players not heaving up a shot at the buzzer to protect their shooting percentage. Have you run into that at all?
Oh, Kevin, that definitely happens. Players are concerned about all of those numbers, shooting percentages being one of them, because they become a factor in contract negotiations. But they have to realize, number one, you've got to do what gives your team a chance to win. And number two, with all the analytics, teams separate out what they call heaves at the end of quarters.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
And Toronto has possession. Here's Abaji. He has 6. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
That one goes in.
And that touch around the rim is just great from Love.
Toronto's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Here's Abaji, guarded by Robinson. No one near Boucher as he lets it go. And the 3 off target. The Heat have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Here's Anderson.
Raptors foul. Robinson. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's Highsmith. Barrett covering. 6 to shoot. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. The good-looking shot from the wing. Burks has got 4 points now in the quarter. And Barrett has got the ball here for Toronto. Trailing by 2. Dick. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you look at Grady Dick's physical gifts, and you see it's all there. Size, length, careful training, and hard work could make him into something special.
Good on both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
And they recover it. Boucher kicks to Barrett. 6 on the shot clock. Tries again. Here's Abaji. And it's off from 3-point range. The Heat have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Anderson. And Boucher sends it back. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Boucher. Robinson up top. Hasn't made one yet. Love finds Anderson with the shot. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's in there. Love with the assist.
Nice read from the big guy. Love. His teammates appreciate that selfless attitude.
Here's Abaji, guarded by Robinson. Pass to Dick. Barrett wide open. He fires. And again, Toronto no up. The Heat with the lead. And Anderson gets it to go. Anderson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
This is his first free throw of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
The first free throw is good.
At the line for 2, R.J. Barrett.
And so Barrett nails both of them. There's 25 seconds left here in the second. And here's Burks. There's 14 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Miami needs to get a shot off. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Heat out front. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And you look at Adebayo, what a contribution.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Barnes out there with Emmanuel quickly. Then there's Pirtle. Then it's Ingram. And it's Mobo in at the power forward position. That's the groove starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
On the wing, Barnes. Covered by Wiggins to the inside. Pass to Ingram. Clock at 4. Money from the wing. Ingram's got the game tied up here for Toronto.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Stan, I look at your list of players you've coached, some incredible scores along the way, including Brandon Ingram. Let's zero in on him. What makes him so good?
Well, Kevin, look, when you've got Brandon Ingram's size and then you have the ability to get where you want to go on the floor, and you can just get to that spot and rise up above people and knock down shots, you're virtually impossible to stop one-on-one, and that's what Brandon Ingram has.
What a talent. Knocks it loose. Just over a minute and a half play here in the third, and it's in there.
Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. Out to Ingram for the lead. It's good from long range. Ingram's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And you love the work Ingram has put into his shot. You can put him in the corner now and force the defense to extend.
Yep, that one goes in there. And the Heat lead by 1. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far. And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
Yeah, and you can feel the pace picking up in this second half. Both teams have dialed up the intensity.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside. Because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Back to quickly. Over to the wing. Pirtle dishes to Ingram. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Quickly for 3. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist. Quickly's got 6. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players, and it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
Out to Ingram. Launches it. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Jaquez the pass to Adebayo. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Euro on the wing. Here's Ware. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
Out to Ingram. There's 37 seconds left to play in the third. Quickly finds Ingram. Nice move. The shot, no good. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. They lead by 1. Pass to Ware. Hurdle against Adebayo. Out to Ingram. Barnes right side. Wide open. That shot misses. And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for Miami. He finishes with 9. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court for the Heat, Alec Burks is out there with Duncan Robinson. Then there's Kyle Anderson. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Highsmith in at the 3. Barrett for 3. Robinson pulls it in.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Now, here's Burks. Tight defense on him. Love finds Robinson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Robinson's got 4 points this quarter.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Here's Abaji. Oh, they get it back. There at the pass to Abaji. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. A second chance effort, and he connects with the jumper.
So much balance when Dick's in the air. Always able to square his chest and make a confident stroke.
Kicks it out to Love. Robinson sets a screen for Love. Pass to Highsmith. Inside, Anderson. Now Burks from deep. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Boucher's got 4 rebounds in this game. Robinson passes to Abaji. Out to Barrett. Boucher sets a screen for Barrett. Plays it up and banks it in.
And pick and roll is huge in today's game. Barrett realizing what to do in those sets.
Outside for Robinson. The 3. Traps in the tray. And the Heat lead by 4.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Robinson sets a screen for Barrett. Poked away. Burks with the steal. Kicks it out to Love. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there. Toronto's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Pass to Barnes. It's up a 3. Hits it from 3-point range.
What a time for him to step up. Big three right there.
Well, guys who can make big shots at the end of games have become a necessity.
Trains the three-pointer.
Crushing blow to the host right there. I mean, they were in this game for what felt like only a second before instantly giving that three-pointer.
And the call will be against Emmanuel quickly. That's his first foul. The Heat leading by 4. A minute 50 left in the game. Adebayo down low. Robinson on him. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
And contact can't slow Adebayo down. He's not afraid to get physical when he's attacking.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Some changes for Toronto. Acapurdo comes in for Robinson. And Grady Dick subbed in for Quickly. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic was going over with his team. Coach wants them to do a better job defending the perimeter. He said we're late on our rotations, and they're getting great looks because of it. We got to fight through it. We got to take away the three. We're good, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. On the wing, Wiggins, covered by Barnes. Hero, no good. Raptors trail by 6. Dick finds Barnes. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Heat?
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
And on top of that, they're getting a lot of points off assists. And it's always a good sign when your team is working as a cohesive unit.
And a wide open look for Hero. Toronto grabs the miss.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to. And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he ends up making the second, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
He gets them to within 1 possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
It's Jaquez with the drive. Driving the lane, and it's Wiggins with the jam.
And what a huge bucket from Wiggins. The Canadian has continued to build confidence and now wants the big shot.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Out to Ingram. Shoots. It drops. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
And there's a whistle that goes on Scotty Barnes. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Great composure there. Calmly knocks them down to put this game out of reach. Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Well, a risky pass there, and if you ask me, they're lucky that the defense didn't steal that one.
And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. All right, DA, thanks again. And that's going to do it tonight.
Tonight we've got two teams. Who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
And the starting lineup for Miami, Hero and Jaquez Jr. They man the backcourt. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Sinks the tray.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Here's Wiggins. And he converts the layup.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
And Wiggins has got the ball here for the Miami Heat. Here's Jaquez. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Well, nice vision on that pass from Hero, and he put the ball right in the shooting pocket.
Ricochet, no good.
The defensive breakdown gives him a wide-open look, but he can't take advantage.
Wiggins for three. Gets the three ball to go. Wiggins got 5.
That's pretty unselfish there. He sees that there's a better shot on the perimeter, and bang, just kicks it out.
And 6-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate, and they've swayed the outcome of games. So strong at the rim. That'll serve Daniels well here in this league.
Pass to Wiggins. And out of bounds. The Hawks will have it. All right, now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Quinn Snyder.
I asked him outright if he had a plan for Tyler Hero. Coach let me in on their strategy, saying, quote, "We just have to cause problems for him on defense. Hand in the face, crowd him, anything to discourage him from taking shots. So he hopes they can keep Tyler quiet by hassling him all night long." Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Okongwu with it, guarded by Adebayo. And that's a foul called on Onyeka Okongwu. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
For Miami, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Hero for 3. The rebound by Atlanta.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
From outside the arc. The shot by Johnson, no good. And here's Adebayo. The 3. It's rebounded by Ricochet. Here's Johnson. And it's good. 2 points. And that'll tie this game up.
Really good passing wing. Ricochet isn't a ball stopper. He really looks for his teammates.
Wiggins passes to Jaquez. Here's Ware. It's rebounded by Ricochet.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
And that was just moving the ball quickly. And he's rewarded at the end with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
For Atlanta, they've gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. And you watch Jalen Johnson. His athleticism, man, it's unique.
Pretty unique at his size, right, B.A.? He just glides around the court. He's got great speed when they play in transition and can get above the rim. So this guy, a bit of a matchup nightmare, just think when he gets his confidence.
What a response here from Wiggins, marching right back and answering with a triple.
Daniels passes to Johnson. Here's Gay. Outside Johnson. On the wing, Daniels. 6 to shoot. There's the screen by Johnson. Pass to Ricochet. The 3, it's tipped. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. Unable to get the ball in bounds. And they got called for a 5-second violation. Miami trailing. Hero with it, and Johnson picks him up defensively. Wiggins outside. And the layup is good off the glass. Wiggins got 10.
And how about Wiggins' ability to slither in there and slip past the contact for a finish?
They grab their own miss.
Hawks foul. Denver. His first. Team first.
Here's Hero. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Takes a three. Buries it from three.
And a nice 6 cents back there from Hero using that pick and roll.
Hawks trail by 3. Pass to Gay. Okongwu inside. Working on Adebayo. And there's a pick. Here's Daniels. And he lays it up and in. He's got 7.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hero screen on Okongwu. Adebayo from long range. The rebound by Atlanta. Here's Daniels. He's got 7. The 3 ball. That shot is off. Now here's Adebayo. And that's not going to go. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Miami.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
And let's take a look at Miami. Kyle Anderson is out there with Kevin Love. Then there's Alec Burks. Then it's Duncan Robinson. And it's Highsmith in at the 3 slot. And the basket by Highsmith.
All the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Here's LeVert. Lays it up and banks it in. LeVert's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, that's inexcusable. I mean, the defense must push LeVert farther away from the basket than that.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Now here's Robinson. No made baskets yet.
Yeah, he's not only accurate, he's got the range.
And Brett, the Heat always looking to compete year in, year out.
Well, for good reason. This team takes a lot of pride in giving themselves a chance every year. And the way the front office conducts their business is they believe they can put together the type of roster that is going to go out there and take care of things to put them in position to be successful.
It's good. Burks has gotten 4 this quarter.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Oh, come on, BA. I mean, where's the defense? That's just too easy.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job in help.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. Here's Krejci. And that one's good. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Highsmith. The rebound by Krejci.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Back to Nance. Pass to Krejci. Nance the screen. To the middle. Shot clock at 6. And Nance with the slam.
Pretty good use of the screen and roll as Larry Nance Jr. does a great job of slashing right after setting the screen.
Burks passes to Robinson. From deep three-point land. The rebound by Atlanta.
Man, just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot. and nobody putting out much of an effort to stop him.
Surprising in a close game, a lack of energy on defense.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Here's Anderson. And the layup falls. Anderson's got 6. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Comfortable shooting off the pass that time, Larry Nance Jr. in a catch-and-shoot opportunity.
Here's Anderson. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Oh, and he got fouled on his... And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
People... The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And here's LeVert for 3. Rebound Miami.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And it's Robinson penetrating. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way. Well, Brent, the reputation of Duncan Robinson is as a shooter, and he's added to his game.
A little bit, B.A. It's still going to be shooter first, but Duncan doing a much better job of reading some of the double team in action coming at him to run him off the line. So that assist number, that's been growing.
A nice shot by Krejci.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Screen by Robinson. Burks passes to Robinson. They set the screen. Left side, Love. Got it off in time. No good on the buzzer beater. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Miami out in front. They lead by a bucket. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. How about Andrew Wiggins? Man, is he playing well.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Dyson Daniels out there with Risachet. Then there's Johnson. Then there's Onyeka Okongwu, and it's Gay in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
Yikes, that one stings there. So much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
The Heat with the lead. Hero, the pass to Jaquez. The 3 is up. Drills it from deep. Jaquez has got 5.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Wiggins outside from the arc. And again, Miami with a triple.
Well, he's in attack mode, and when this starts to happen, it's going to relieve some pressure from other scorers. Wiggins on one tonight.
Here's Risachet. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Risachet's got his second basket.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Here's Adebayo going inside.
Bam can really move, and that mobility is just so dangerous.
Hawks trail by 8. Here's Daniels. He has 7. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball.
And even losing big, you have to maintain composure if you want to avoid embarrassment.
For Miami, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Jaquez, that's good.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Hero, the pass to Jaquez. Back to Hero. And the layup is good. He's got 5.
How about Hero gets inside and finds a way to sneak up his shot and get it to go.
Right wing. Here's Gay. And he can't stop the run as that one misses. Miami leading by 13.
Daniels, 10 seconds. Team first.
It's stolen.
The instincts on defense on full display there. It was a gamble for sure, but it paid off big time in the form of a steal.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it.
And I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Pass to Okongwu. For 3. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now at 6'9". Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers, yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
Here's Daniels. 7 points in the game to the left side wing. Here's Risache. Down low. Stolen by Hero.
2 minutes.
And here we go. The Heat fast break. Wiggins, no good.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively. No way he's going to pass that shot after he is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Pass to Adebayo. The 3 is up. That one no good. Hawks trail by 8. The 3 from Risache. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got his 5th rebound in this one. Adebayo finds Hero. Back to Adebayo. The 3 knocks down the long J. Adebayo's got 5 now.
Too much to worry about with Bam when he's in the post and on the elbow making plays. And now he's making 3s. Wow.
Daniels passes to Okongwu.
Now that's a textbook alley-oop.
I thought he'd go for the slam, but that worked. Here's Ware into the lane. Banked it in off the glass. Ware's got his first bucket in this one.
Hero knowing about the whens and the wheres for an assist.
Daniels misses. And it's Jaquez with the ball for the Heat. Fires the 3. The shot no good. The Hawks have gone 4 of 9 in the third quarter. Here's Johnson. Uses the glass on the layup. Johnson's gotten his 2nd bucket.
Nice pass by Risache. You can already see he has a high basketball IQ.
Here's Ware. And a miss there on the triple. Hawks trail by 9. Johnson passes to Daniels. Back to Johnson. From deep. Miami grabs the miss. Ware's got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Adebayo. Inside. Out to the right wing. 1 second left. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good.
Great job ending the quarter on a high.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Miami out in front. They're up by 11. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Miami, starting the 4th quarter. They've got Duncan Robinson. Kyle Anderson is out there with Kevin Love. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Highsmith in at the small forward. Anderson can't get it to go. The Hawks shooting a fantastic 57%. LeVert goes against Robinson. Here's the second effort. Second shot opportunity. The shot by LeVert, no good. Heat leading by 8. Here's Highsmith. Hits a 3-pointer.
And let's face it, when you're down this many points, you simply can't let them get that good of a look.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
And for the Heat, they're shooting around 53%, a nice number. From behind the arc. And again, Miami with a triple.
Kevin Love, great recognition as to what was happening there. Saw the floor, saw the teammate, and saw the passing opportunity.
Back to LeVert. Nance with a screen on Robinson. And here's LeVert for 3. Counted from distance. LeVert's got 6 here in the quarter.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the 3-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
The 3. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
A real weapon on offense. Once LeVert sees a few go down, you know he's in the zone.
Man, the pass to Krejci. Back to Man. Nance outside. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Heat.
Just a great job running the floor in transition. Now, he realized they were tiring out the defense early, and they took full advantage.
Well, something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. You got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
So Miami ends up going with a new group.
And Wiggins anticipated that one. He saw the foul coming, and he made sure to get that one off.
That free throw no good. And the second free throw is good. Hawks trail by 9. Here's Daniels. Jacks up a 3. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. Now here's Jaquez. Tight defense on him. Pass to Ware. Fires from deep. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the 3-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for 3.
Hey, nice work of tracking the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
Good on the second one. And he can't make it 3 for 3. Atlanta's gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the 4th. Nance for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Pass to Ware. There's the 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Hawks trail by 8. Nance with it. Now Wiggins defending. Okongwu with it. 1:57 left in the game. Daniels passes to Nance. It's stolen by Jaquez. Here's Ware. It's good. Ware's gotten 4 this quarter.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Here's Rizachet. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got rebound number 7 tonight. Outside Jaquez. Pass to Wiggins. Hero for 3. And the 3. Corner goes.
Well, the shortest 3 in the game is making use of that corner spot, and Hero in the right spot that time.
Atlanta again missing.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Johnson with it. Now Wiggins defending.
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Heat.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
BA, the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Andrew Wiggins.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
Here's Hero, and he jams it home with authority.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Pass to Rizachet. Okongwu, a screen on Jaquez. Offensive rebound. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Nance. Denied by Adebayo.
And Bam aptly describes Adebayo's defensive impact. He packs a punch in there.
Jaquez no good. So it's the Heat winning this one easily. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building...
something. That should attract a lot of attention in this game. That matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. They've got Dick. He's out there with Scotty Barnes. Jakob Poeltl out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Mobo in at the 4 spot.
In so many different ways, Dick gets the ball to his teammates. Always on time and on target.
Wasted no time on that one.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Barnes. Ingram with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Out to Ingram. Raptors moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. A three-pointer is right on target. Ingram's got 5 points so far.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Rizachet with it. Dick defending. This one for 3. And Poeltl pulls it down. Pass to Barnes. Out to Ingram. Back to Barnes. Here's Mobo. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
When you have vision at the forward spot, it always opens up and elevates a team. Scotty Barnes passing on display.
When you think about Scotty Barnes, Doris, it's amazing how good he already is.
Kev, it's remarkable that he can affect almost every aspect of the game at a high level, meaning he can guard the opponent's best player, but he can also fill up the box score on the offensive end. Points, assists, rebounds, he can do it all.
And looking confident. When Nance can hit the jump shot, this offense becomes much more dynamic.
Ingram wide open, and another basket for Toronto.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches. Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Poeltl, the pass to Dick. Poeltl sets the pick for Dick. It's Ingram on the wing. That 3 off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pass to Rizachet. On the wing, Daniels to the middle. Here's Johnson. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Johnson's got 7 points.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Silky 3-point shot by Ingram. Just goes to the arc and knocks it down.
Okongwu with the screen for Rizachet. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Near the 3-point line, it's Ingram. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Johnson goes in, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
Now here's Barnes. No scoring in this one. And the dunk by Barnes.
You can see how well Scotty Barnes moves on a basketball floor. And I mean that north and south, and what hops this young man has.
Ingram with the steal. And Ingram with a clear path to the basket. Rebound, Atlanta. Nance outside. And the layup's good off the glass. 5 points in the game.
You have to do more than that against Larry Nance Jr. This guy is no stranger to physical contact.
On the wing, Barnes. Ingram a screen on Johnson. Barnes kicks to Ingram. Back to Barnes. Down low. Ingram finds Barnes. Pocket 6. In the corner, it's Ingram. Jacks up a 3. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes.
And this is what Ingram can do for you. Make a variety of shots over the course of a game. Tonight, he has been unstoppable.
Johnson surveying the floor. Inside, Rizachet. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half. And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Brandon Ingram. He's been the guy making things happen for the Raptors. We witnessed him delivering a series of three-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Toronto.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
They've also done a great job finding openings and exploiting them. Take those lanes when they're given and turn them into points.
So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Clint Capella, LeVert out there with Terrence Mann. And it's Krejci in at the 3 slot. Raptors leading by 3. Quickly the pass to Abaji. Pass to Robinson. Out to Barrett. Back to Robinson. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Barrett, no good. And so LeVert will bring it up for the Hawks. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. On the wing, man. Pass to Gay. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. And the dunk by Capella.
And how about his athleticism for a big man? Capella is able to make plays above the rim.
Break since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. The Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their role.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play.
Quickly the pass to Abaji. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Atlanta has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And it's LeVert missing. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Here's Barrett. Pass to Abaji. Left side, Barrett. Leans. 3 from quickly. And again, Toronto no up. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. They now take the lead. Krejci's got the lead up to 1 now for Atlanta. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
Taking 2 shots after review. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to make a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the first one at the line is good.
What I like about Chris Boucher is he seems to understand what his team expects from him. They need him to guard, they need him to rebound, and they know how aggressive and assertive he is on the offensive end.
Man finds Capella. Boucher with the rebound. Raptors with the lead. Here's Barrett. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Boy, the handles of R.J. Barrett on full display. What a pretty drive.
Pass to LeVert. Man with it. Back to LeVert. Lots of room. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Now Robinson. Back to quickly. Takes it inside, and he gets the bucket. And it's a 5-point Raptor lead.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. And the call will be against Caris LeVert. That's his first foul. 56 seconds left in the first half. And here's Barrett. He's got 5. Pass to quickly. Robinson sets a screen for quickly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. Off the inbound. And the dunk by Boucher. The Hawks trail by 7. Here's LeVert. Here's Capella. Can they get it? And the dunk by Capella.
And that's Capella getting rewarded for his effort on the glass. Love when that kind of hustle pays off.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. There's the screen. Here's Abaji. Quickly with a wide open look. Good on the triple. Quickly's got 5. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. We've got 13 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Buffkin. Shoots over Ingram. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And the first half is now in the books. Toronto ahead. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Brandon Ingram has been sensational.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters. Just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
And checking out the group for Darko Rajakovic to start the second half. They've got Ingram. Brady Dick is out there with Scotty Barnes. Then there's Pirtle, and it's Mobo in at the 4 slot. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Toronto leading by 8. Here's Barnes. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Nate.
Boy, the defense tight inside, but Barnes just persevering.
The 2022 Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes, GA. He had a terrific rookie year, as we know. His second year may have fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bit stagnant for Scotty, but man, he had a monster third year, making his first All-Star game. The playmaking of Barnes especially took a lead.
Daniels, no good. Toronto's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Pass to Mobo. Barnes passes to Dick. 4 on the clock. Shoots over Ricochet. Dick, that's good. Dick's got the lead up to 12 now for the Raptors.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
The Hawks have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. No good from outside. Nance with it. Now guarded by Burton. Pass to Daniels. There's the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Daniels has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Hawks. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Dick passes to Ingram. Pirtle against Okongwu. Pirtle with the ball. Still yet to score. The kick out to Barnes. Looking for Ingram. He gets it in there. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
And I love it when Ingram works for that high percentage look. Such a high basketball IQ.
Three-pointer, Daniels. And Pirtle pulls it down. For three, Ingram. They grab their own miss. The Hawks trail by 11. And then Johnson with the dunk.
It always helps to have a big who is willing to find open teammates. Larry Nance proving how unselfish he can be.
Here's Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
You're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there? This is one of those nights. Mistake after mistake, a comedy of errors.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Some changes for Toronto. Raptors leading by 11. Quickly looking it over. Pass to Abaji. Out to Barrett. And the Raptors miss again. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. The Raptors have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. 1:32 left to play here in the third. Now Boucher. It's deflected. It's stolen by Capella. It's stolen by Barrett. And Robinson with a clear path to the basket. And Robinson throws it down.
Engaged, active, and great instincts. RJ doing things on the defensive end and turning it into offense.
Three-pointer. Good on that shot. And with that, the Toronto lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Mann.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And that one's good, Abaji.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
A nice shot by LeVert.
Well, you cannot allow Karis LeVert to square up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he's going to knock down that shot with great consistency.
We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Robinson with it, and guarded by Capella. Robinson kicks to Barrett. Shot clock at 5. Boucher in the post. LeVert defending. Barrett wide open. He fires. Boucher's shot is off.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chipping.
And the lead is down inside single digits.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. And so it's the Toronto Raptors enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And we'll see if they can keep up their... Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Terrence Mann is out there with LeVert. Then it's Clint Capella. And Gay is in at the power forwards position. So both teams changing it up here.
Substitution on the court.
Mann's a screen. From deep, Johnson. It's tipped. Bertle, the pass to Barnes. No one near him. And off the glass. That one's good. Barnes has got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Raptors. Daniels inside the line. Here's Dick, covered by Okongwu. Spins. Here's Bertle. And it's Rizichet with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
No good. Toronto leading by 14. Pass to Dick. Fires from the wing. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Brandon Ingram.
Atlanta's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Here's Nance. Rizichet with it. Lets the 3 fly. And Bertle pulls it down. Bertle's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Mobo. No good on the triple. Hawks have gone 0 of 6 in the 4th quarter. Disastrous start to the period. Here's Nance. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Toronto, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Daniels from outside. That shot off.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them. You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
Near the 3-point line, it's Ingram. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 4 rebounds now tonight. Loses his grip and clanks the alley-oop jam. Here's Mobo. Out to Ingram. Bertle with a screen on Johnson. Here's Ingram. They get it back. The 3. That's down the hatch. Knocks one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
And you love the work Ingram has put into his shot. You can put him in the corner now and force the defense to extend.
You have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Toronto leading by 17. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. 3-pointer, Daniels. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Barnes has got his 4th rebound in this one. Got that one up quick. Ingram's got 9 points in the quarter.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Toronto.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Brandon Ingram.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Three-pointer, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Johnson gets the bucket. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And there's the call on Rizachet. That is his first foul of the game.
Team's first. Raptors substitution, number 25.
There's 38 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. And another basket for Toronto.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Okongwu hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And here's Toronto. Well, for the Raptors, they can just run out the clock. And it's Ingram missing. 15 seconds left in the fourth. Three-pointer, Daniels. From deep three-point land. That shot is off. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them.